See, again, this is not based on personal experience. From what I heard, I've seen on screen. In general, when you consume powder or something like that, right, everything is slow. Everything is just,
Yeah,
that's the vibe they give. I heard that. You never heard?
I heard the
But
opposite.
this powder is definitely slow and it's just going. With that, hello guys, welcome to another episode of SoSouth Reviews. This is Maruti Acharya.
And I am Sanjay Ponnappa.
Sorry, quick reviews. And today we are here. After watching Powder, we spoke to the team Diganth. Everybody, all the videos will be on the channel. Check that out. But now, review. In one line, if I have to say, appreciate the attempt, but not the execution.
You kind of stole my line. Now I have to rephrase it. Yes, 100 marks for the attempt because this was something that they had never tried before. I'll not just stick to a one-liner. Let me tell you the whole thing.
Yeah.
Uh, Janardhan Chikkanna is the director of the film called Gultu. Again, it's not what you watched.
Okay.
Something I will highly recommend to you too.
Okay.
There he brought in the whole concept of dark web and everything else. It was something that Kannada cinema had not seen before, which is why the film also did as well as it did. Here again, Janardhan Chikkanna is back trying to bring something different in the Kannada industry, and I can see what the motive of this film was very clearly. But I'd say that the execution part of it didn't really land. Probably it was just that the team were not as prepared to pull off what they actually imagined, because
Yeah.
you can actually see a vision that they wanted to bring in here. Something like, in Hollywood we see films like Superbad.
Correct.
We see films like a little bit of a hangover vibes.
Yeah.
All of that. So this is that is the vibe they were probably going for, but that didn't really land because there were jokes, at the most uncanny of times the jokes were landing, but when you
Yeah.
were expecting the jokes to land, it wasn't really the case. So it is something which aimed for a century. This is like Virat Kohli on his dream run, but gets out fast.
Yeah.
So there was a dream run, possibly a great IPL run, but that one match which he fails where he is supposed to play against CSK, it is like that.
Yeah. So why the why the execution was not up to the mark is because I put most of the blame in the way the movie was going, especially because the ideas were good. If you if you read the jokes on paper, you have a very strong feeling that these jokes will work. The scenes, the stage, everything. But the staging, in the sense that the music is good, but it's not coming in the appropriate time. The camera work when the joke is supposed to land. So, for example, if it is a wacky scene, right, the editing is wacky, but not the camera work. So, what happens is that the editing is not able to complement the camera work, because of which it feels very pretentious. Okay, they are trying to give us a feeling. It's not exactly. That is the same thing happening with the scenes also, because the scene is trying to say something else, but the dialogue is something else. The camera is something else, and they expect us to laugh. So the joke is thrown at you, but you don't feel anything because there is no coordination. So the biggest weakness of the movie is coordination. But again, it's an attempt that really deserves appreciation, is all I have to say, because for people to come up with ideas like this, and thinking of coming and executing this on big screen itself is a big deal. So that is one thing that I really, really appreciate. And the second thing is all the performances were good, I must say, but music was really, really good.
I feel like there was not a lot of scope for performances because the camera wasn't focusing on the
Exactly.
performance. You could see actors trying different things. You could see all of their efforts on the screen.
Correct.
But none of it culminated into a proper, outcome as
Correct.
a film, which is the problem in this. Otherwise, if you just see the performance, you can see Rangayana Raghu trying to do
Yeah.
as much as he can, trying to be as animated, which is why all of us Kannada audience love him.
Correct.
So through that, it seems like the performances really did well. The
But-
editing needed to be a little better for their performance to shine.
Yeah, and one more technical point. I know I'm getting too technical, but these are important points for, what I felt while I'm watching the movie. So in general, at this point, like, I growing up watching comedy movies where, there's some background music which, tried to give more emphasis on making you feel laugh. And off late, I'm not enjoying it that much. And this movie did a wonderful thing that not choosing, even
Yeah,
though it's a
yeah.
comedy movie, they stick to, the background music is just to support the story, not that. But The camera, the scene, and the staging, the way it is written, needs those kind of background musics. So the background music might have elevated the scene and given the punch which is required, but the choice of not using it, that's the thing, right? The coordination was missing where that's why the jokes didn't land. And also, when a lot of times when you're shooting a comedy scene, right, the punch has to be immediately done. Like as soon as the punch drop, the camera just switches and you just feel the laugh. But the camera is extending where you feel like, okay, there is something more coming. So it is in a way diluting the joke. So these are the few things that I felt like why the experience, the execution was not up to the mark. Oh, we spoke too much technicality.
Maybe not, yeah.
Yeah.
Too much technicality.
Yeah.
Either way, this is a film that all of you have to try. It's a comedy film, so you never know. Maybe it didn't land for us, it might land for you. So
Correct.
please make sure to get to the theaters, watch the film, and then you let us know in our comment section what you felt about the film. If we were wrong, if we were right, if
Yes.
what you felt, just let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, we keep telling you in every review and this review also, this is our opinion. You might totally enjoy, have balls in the theater. For that, you need to go and watch it. Watch every movie in theaters. Support cinema. Always support cinema. Whatever is your opinion, mention that in the comments below. Support cinema. Yes, with that, this is Maruti Acharya.
And I am Sanjay Ponnappa.
And you're watching India Today So South.